Now, this is what irritates most consumers. At this gas station, they're selling their gas at $3.69, and across the street here, they're selling their gas at $3.59. Behind this charred wall, the family had food, clothing, and also Christmas toys that were destroyed by the fire. Aldott officials say the changes will only take place between Hollywood Boulevard and also Doug Baker Boulevard. They hope to have all of the work completed by late 2014. So the new law would require businesses buying your scrap to make a copy of your photo ID, get a good description of your vehicle, including the tag number, and all of that is put into a statewide database. The game between Ole Miss and Pittsburgh kicks off tomorrow at noon. Anyone with more information or knows who's behind this is urged to give Anniston Police Department a call. Swerker says the best way to get your home sold fast is to stage it and make it look attractive. If you still have a list of items that you need to pick up for your Thanksgiving Day feast, there is no need to rush out the door. Now, the game between Alabama A&M and Alabama State kicks off at 2:30. Hours before sunrise, officers with the Birmingham Police Department were sent on a mission. Their goal, round up people with outstanding warrants.
Birmingham police, ma'am.
The crime committed, teens violating the city's curfew and not paying the fines. Some were also wanted for other violations.
So you ain't going to school and then you're breaking the full house.
And the parents are being held responsible.
We know that there's a problem with a lot of our juveniles that are hanging out way after hours when they should be at home and should be with their parents or their guardians.
Foxtrot in November at this last location.
Home after home, warrants were served. Parents arrested were shuffled to this compound, handcuffed with straps. They angrily waited to be transferred to jail. One of the stops came with a small confrontation.
Hey man, can you control her?
She finna get right back out. What the hell crying for?
And that's why the officers have safety measures in place.
You just never know who you may encounter. You know, you don't know what type of suspect you may encounter.
The child is picked up, he's taken home to his Panagalia, and they're cited. And they have to appear in court, and the first fine is $500.
Indeed, the storms weren't too favorable for the operation, but that didn't stop the men and women in uniform from doing their job.
People just look at it, well, this is a minor violation, so I can just ignore this.
In Birmingham, Fred Davenport, CBS 42 News.
Everybody can make a mistake, but now if you keep on doing it, that ain't no mistake.
Former Birmingham City School Board President Edward Maddox has pled guilty to misdemeanor charges of using his public office for personal or family gain. The first charge raises questions and eyebrows.
I think that he deserved it and everything because he was so low down and dirty.
As president of the Woodline Neighborhood Association, Jefferson County authorities say Maddox voted for a grant from the city of Birmingham for Woodline Missions and More, a charity he founded back in 2008. So what is this charity? We stopped by Maddox Homes in Trussville and Birmingham to find out. We also went to the charity's main office in Woodlawn, but the doors were chain locked. Shirley Evans knows about the organization.
Cut down the houses, the old houses and all that. Pull down these old houses and cut grass.
Evans explains how the charity gets money.
But the way they raised the money was like going towards, helping, knocking on doors.
Evans mentions Maddox did serve as president of the Neighborhood Association while also serving as president of the school board.
Many kids come back and talking about how he was a man, getting out of order up there, talking to them all kinds of ways.
People are concerned about the entire matter.
I can't say that he's done right, or I can't say he's done wrong. Because all I'm getting is secondhand information.
When people have a job to do, no matter what nobody says, they should do what's right.
I do think it's ridiculous that the prices are this high. I believe we have enough reserves in this country that we should not be gouging our own people for gas and oil prices.
Just like Cherry Vosbury, many consumers are annoyed over the spike in gas prices. We all face those soaring costs, so getting good gas mileage is important. With it being winter, routine maintenance checks will help save fuel. First tip, check air pressure in your tires.
You just need a basic tire gauge. Undo the cap right here. And this one shows 35.
As the temps drop, so does the air in the tire.
You will lose air pressure due to expansion and contraction of the air in the tires.
Also keep a healthier battery.
If it's 4 years old, you should just arbitrarily replace it. It does take more energy to get the battery started. because the motor's colder.
Give older model cars more time to warm up in the morning. Newer vehicles don't need to. Many were unaware of the tips to save gas.
No, I wasn't aware of that. I got snow tires on my car, so it's a little different here.
I try to keep my tire pressures checked and make sure my oil's changed and maintenance is done on my car.
Some fear car maintenance and paying more at the pump will drive them in debt.
I'm a small businessman, and it's really taking a bite out of our bottom line.
According to AAA, prices will continue to climb before they actually come back down. However, here in Alabama, it will not top $4 a gallon. Live in Homewood tonight, Fred Davenport, CBS 42 News.
I was collecting the cones, and I heard an impact. I looked across the street, thought perhaps that the driver had hit an automobile.
Sadly, the driver didn't hit a car. 59-year-old Walter Smith and his 2-year-old son Noah were struck while crossing Highway 75 in Pinson. Noah was pronounced dead at the hospital. Walter died Saturday morning.
I do feel for their families. I feel for the mother of the child. I feel for the wife of the husband. You know, it should not have happened.
The Smith's car was parked along a busy highway. Those who live and work nearby say it's a dangerous spot.
But I don't think the state should allow parking on the side of the highway like that. Not just only Pinson, but anywhere in the state of Alabama. With that many cars, it's difficult for you to either go north or south. You know, and it's a hazard to the pedestrians that's on the side of the road.
Not enough parking wasn't an issue at the game Friday. We're told many people don't want to pay to park at the school, so they park along the road.
Generally, the lots still have room, as they did Friday night. The school has been there for 40 years. People have parked along, not only along the highway, but along the side streets for a number of years.
Mayor Sanders will develop a plan when all reports are in from the sheriff's office.
See what, if any, contributing factors may have been present, and see what, if anything, can be done to hopefully eliminate those kinds of incidents in the future.
That's surprising.
It's scary. It's kind of like unsettling.
These UAB students all have mixed reactions after learning the man who allegedly killed 12 people and injured 58 others at a Colorado movie theater wanted to attend their university.
Not something you would want to be near you. It's scary enough when it's that far away, much less right here close to home.
I don't think it would have changed the outcome of the shooting. It just would change the location.
James Holmes applied for admission to the PhD neuroscience program at UAB. He had several interviews with professors during the admission process. While the faculty was impressed with his academic skills, unfortunately, they were not as pleased with his personality. The rejection letter sent to Holmes reads in part, quote, "He may be extremely smart, but difficult to engage. Hard to tell how interested he is. Maybe he wasn't interested in my research."
Thank you. I mean, that's from everybody. Not just me, every UAB student. Thank you for not letting him.
Several professors from the University of California, Riverside did send letters of recommendation to UAB on Holmes' behalf. In fact, one letter stated James to be determined, hardworking, while at the same time inquisitive. But that didn't move the university.
Didn't seem motivated or ready to be a part of our PhD program.
A pile of debris is what's left of the home that Mariah Carter and her family lived in.
I just look at it like it's gone, like there's nothing we can do about it.
Fortunately, no one was home when the fire broke out.
I just thank God that I wasn't in there asleep, because if I was asleep, I could have been dead right now.
Early this morning, neighbors saw smoke and flames shooting from the home. They immediately called 911 for help.
It's real sad because when I first came out, I didn't think that it was as bad as it is, but now that I'm over on this side of the house, I see it is very, very bad.
Birmingham fire investigators blame a built-in space heater for the fire that left extensive damage. Behind this charred wall, the family had food, clothing, and also Christmas toys that were destroyed by the fire.
They do need some help, they surely do. And I got them in my prayers.
You got to let it help. If you can't, I understand that.
When a child has, what they need, they make better progress, and you can definitely see that.
Donald Bean is the father of Ethan Bean. Ethan suffers from migration disorder, and with his severe condition, he needs special attention in the classroom.
People who are not used to, dealing with kids with special needs, they may say, well, we don't see any progress. But when you live with a child, you raise the child, you work with the child day in and day out, you see, little milestones that the kid may have.
Ethan spent 4 years at the Old Burkett Center. He's confined to a wheelchair and didn't have much room to move around in class. At times, he endured a hot classroom because the AC didn't work. Come Monday morning, it will be a different story.
I imagine that you can tell from the smile on my face, we are extremely ecstatic about him being here.
More than 100 special needs students will no longer go to the Old Burkett Center in Tarrant. Instead, they'll attend the new state-of-the-art classroom housed in the old Mortimer Jordan High School in Morris.
I think it's great. It's wonderful for our kids. It's a clean environment. It's for us a brand new environment, and it's just wonderful. It's something they really deserve.
I just told the principal earlier, this is like going to Children's Hospital to the physical therapy. And
Judy Gilmore is overexcited. Her 4-year-old will be coming back to the Burkett Center for the second time, this time in all new surroundings.
I'm so thrilled to know that Jaden is going to be able to progress more so now at the new school because they have the adequate space and equipment and stuff.
Parking. From traffic congestions to a lack of privacy, Marilyn Neal has mixed emotions about her voting experience at Horizon Church in Vestavia Hills.
They've got so few things where you can do privately. You have to stand up to do it.
And that's not all. A volunteer reports at one point today, at least 2 machines failed, leaving only one operational, and that meant longer wait times. Over at Legion Field, voters report a much more pleasant experience.
They're getting you in and out efficiently. They got everybody's going to the proper, they got enough tables. They got everybody going to the proper, spots they need to be in.
First-time voter Ariel Woodruff aspirations to vote became a reality today. She said everything went smoothly and she was in and out in no time.
It's exciting. I'm glad I was able to do it because, this is my future and I am the future. So I want it to be a part of history.